This week's episode is brought to you by 1UP Collectibles, where you can get a mail order subscription to have all your favorite comics sent right to your house and save up to 30% off back issues. 1UPcollectibles.com. What's up, Internet? For Albotas.com, I'm Brown Kid.
And I'm Yaya.
And these are our comic picks for Wednesday, June 25th, 2014. First up, Super Secret Crisis War. First issue, a big crossover between all your old favorite Cartoon Network cartoons. We've got the Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, Ben 10, which kind of was like after my generation of Cartoon Network. Ed, and Eddie, Dexter. It was actually kind of dumb. It was a really fun idea, but it was just the novelty of just this cool cover and the idea of it, like kind of mocking Infinity Crisis and like big crossover events. It wasn't anything.
Next up, Trees, issue number 2. This issue was mainly about the flowers. If you read the last one, you'll know that they found flowers, but it's a type of flower that isn't from the area and it doesn't grow, in the Arctic.
I think what it sucked at doing was there's these long conversations full of like backstory jargon of like shit that you could only care about if you lived in this fictional world and would understand. They're talking about like shit that happened before the book started, like within the history and lore. And there's like pages dedicated to these full conversations about shit that happened that you have no idea because this is only the second issue. Yeah, I don't, it's losing me, man. Losing me. Amazing Spider-Man number 3. There's kind of a lot going on in this issue. It relaunched with Amazing Spider-Man number 1, where Peter Parker's back in his body after Dr. Octopus inhabiting his body and kind of taking over his life. And now he's having to deal with all the crazy stuff that Doc did. Starting off, all the issues so far, I think, have started off with like 1 or 2 pages of this mystery woman, and she goes all the way back to Peter Parker's origin as how he got the spider powers. She got bit by the same spider, and with every issue, just the first, you get a small little taste of her story and what she's about, and that's kind of what I'm liking the most out of all this. It's really, like, this issue was kind of different. You're finding out she's been kind of hidden away from the world for who knows why, but somebody's keeping her somewhere hidden, and that's why she hasn't been around all these years.
And I've liked this one better than the other ones. I keep saying it, I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan. I just don't like the corniness of him, I guess. Yeah. This one was better. He wasn't so
obnoxious. He wasn't like an obnoxious teenager. That's kind of his persona. Yeah, and a lot of this wasn't even about him, because like, you had,
that's why.
I really like the whole concept of, Dr. Octopus experimented on Electro, so now Electro's like left emotionally just damaged, and like, he's a bad guy, but you feel bad for him. And then you have Black Cat kind of trying to get back at Spider-Man for things he did while he was Doc Ock. And all this stuff is like getting piled on top of each other. Like, definitely get a sense that some serious caca is about to go down.
Yeah. Original Sin 3.1, Hulk vs. Iron Man number 1. This was a good one. It finally reveals why Hulk wants to beat the crap out of Tony Stark.
Yeah, from Original Sin number 3, a bomb goes off from the Watcher's eye and Hulk just gets pissed at Tony Stark for no reason. They never explain it.
This one explains it. It's really good. Tells you everything you need to know, and then Tony Stark realizes why Hulk is after him, and he's like, oh shit.
They're making it very clear they're going back and kind of exploring new things in all the classic origin stories. So everybody knows, gamma radiation, the bomb went off and Bruce Banner turned into the Hulk. This goes into it even more, and there's stuff you didn't know happened, and Tony Stark is included, and it's a big showdown happening, and it's pretty awesome.
There was one line in here that says, I see it so vividly in my mind's eye, ... I really wanted it to say in my mind's eye or whatever.
Actually, muchacho, I poured the soy in this cup, but I thought real hard about pouring it in that cup. In my mind's eye or whatever.
But this is a good one. Pick these up if you haven't already. Don't wait for the trade. Just get them.
Saga issue 20. So good. Just everything about this book. The art, it gets better. The character designs are just weird, but in the best kind of way. Everybody's settling down. You have Prince Robot IV. His wife just gave birth on whatever planet. He's moved to planet Sextillion, which is just full of debauchery and whores, and he's getting some action. And there's a really good line. Nothing drives a man to new pussy faster than seeing a kid come out of the old one. That is just one of a bunch of really good lines in this book. I love character-based stories when there's always a chapter, or if it's a TV show, if there's an episode where all the characters get high. Like my favorite Dollhouse episode was the one where they all got high. I love the episode of House where the two dudes got high.
Mad Men.
If you are feeling it, you'd be hungry.
I am hungry, but it's not worth moving.
This has a very, very fun drug use moment. The way it's drawn, the panel sequencing is brilliant. It's doing a really good job of kind of getting more to the human side. Like, you watch a movie or something and these people, like, they run away for their love together, and this is kind of what happens next. Did they really live happily ever after? And now, like, they're showing signs of, like, infidelity and who they really are. And
Reality is setting in.
but then by the end of the book, after they get all that human stuff out of the way and the mushy stuff, they get back into the gore and action, and you're reminded that shit is very real. The ending was pretty awesome, and damn it, I just wish there was more. I wish every issue was like this thick and it came out every week or so.
I liked it. It was a good read.
That's it for this week's picks. Let us know what you read in the comments below. Let us know what you're looking forward to reading next week. Hit that thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. Tell your friends about this show, because we definitely want more people to watch. We think it's cool. I'm sure some of you think it's cool. Maybe none of them think it's cool, but I'm sure some of you think it's cool. Tell your friends. They'll think it's cool. Be cool.
Bye.